So, you've bought a Dukeshill ham. It's going to arrive unadorned, unglazed, ready to eat, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Most hams that I eat, and I eat lots, I'm going to eat that way. However, if it's the centrepiece of a catering spread, a special occasion, you're probably going to want to decorate it a bit. Now, the old sort of go-to favourite is going to be covering it in breadcrumbs. If you lightly toast some white breadcrumbs, sprinkle them on the ham, pat them down, it's going to look fantastic. But just for something really special, I know a lot of people want something that looks a bit richer. And for that, you're going to want to glaze your ham. What do I glaze it with, I hear you ask? Well, anything really, as long as it's nice and sugary, something that's got a sugar content which is going to caramelise in the oven. Sorry, I have a dog in the background. Okay, we are going to glaze the ham. What we glaze it with really doesn't matter, as long as it's something that's sugary, has got sugars in it that are going to caramelise. An old favourite of mine is marmalade. You can use honey and mustard, and in fact honey and mustard is something that we use in our Dukeshill ham glaze here, which you can buy when you order the ham. And this is a lovely sticky gloop. It's got mustard seeds, honey, sugar, and as you can see, all I'm going to do is spoon it onto the ham, spread it around a little, and you can be fairly liberal with this. Inevitably, as it heats up, some of it's going to run off. Some of it's running off now. Don't panic about that. It's all part of the fun. And the last thing you want to do is be mean with the glaze. So, I'm spreading it around. You can use, if you like, a pastry brush, which will enable you to get a nice even coating. And as I said, inevitably as it heats up, it's going to want to slip off. What I do here, and it's completely optional, but I find that if I just sprinkle a bit of demerara sugar onto it, it just helps anchor some of that runny stuff, so the gloop stays on the ham rather than in the tray at the end. Now, you'll notice I have coated my roasting tray with foil. That's totally unimportant from a glazing point of view, but it's a godsend when you come to wash up, because of course some of this sugar is going to be dripping into the pan. You're going to be using a very hot oven, and it's going to burn and just make washing up a bit of a chore. So the foil makes it much easier. And another trick of the trade is just splash a little water into the tray as well. Not important, but every little helps when it comes to clean up, as my wife will tell you. So there we have it. Of course, you can get a lot more adventurous with your glazing. If it's for a really special occasion, for instance, you might take a little sharp knife and carve a diamond pattern into the fat, just gently, just cutting through the fat. It won't necessarily show very much now, but as the ham heats up, the fat will start to expand, the cuts in it will open up, and then you can stud, before slapping the glaze on really, a clove into each little segment, and that will make it look extra special. There we have it. I'm now going to put it in the oven. I'm using an Aga, top right hand oven of which is the hottest we can have on an Aga, with a fan oven, really again, really hot, 200, 220 degrees C in a fan oven. If you're using gas, that's a good gas mark, 7, 8, 9 if you dare. The trick is we want to get the ham really hot to caramelise those sugars, but we don't want to dry it out. So it doesn't want to be in the oven any longer than necessary. Having it hot, all this will look great in about 15 minutes. So we're going to put it in, and we're going to keep a really close eye on it, because if you come back to a charred ham, that's going to upset everybody. So in we go, 15-20 minutes, hot as you dare, and we're keeping an eye on that, and we'll come back and see it in a few minutes. Okay, let's have a look and see how the ham's doing. It's been in the oven now for just just about 20 minutes. I'll have a look, and there we go. That's looking absolutely fantastic. You'll see the sugar has melted, the ham's got a lovely golden colour. It's still feeling quite hot, but don't worry, the ham itself won't have cooked any more than it need to have done. It's at 15 minutes, really isn't long at all now. I should mention that if you have bought an uncooked ham and it's your intention to do a hot glazed ham, this glazing process is identical. The only thing is you should treat it as the final part of the cooking stage. So when your ham's almost cooked, take it out of the cooker, skin it, then put the glaze on and just finish it off in the oven as we have now, and it'll be absolutely fantastic, and it'll stay warm for a good long time before you carve it, but it's ready to go. This, if you're going to be having this as part of a cold buffet, I would suggest you let this cool naturally for half an hour or so before putting it in the fridge, and it's good to go. Thanks very much.